Hello, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World, and I'm your host, Ulaanbaatar. On the News Mongolia today, odd even license plate restriction proposal gains public support in Ulaanbaatar. Mongolians in the Kingdom of Belgium have started learning the traditional Mongolian script. The 8th Children's Sports Winter Games finals have begun. For the news, stay tuned. In connection with the upcoming Lunar New Year celebrations, citizens were invited to participate in a survey regarding an odd-even license plate traffic restriction from February 15th to 28th. According to the results, 50.04% of respondents supported the proposal.
The online survey was conducted through vote.ulaanbaatar.mn with 3,013 citizens participating by logging in via their national ID system or phone number. A total of 1,508 people, also 50%, supported the restriction, while 1,505, the remaining 50%, opposed it. Additionally, a separate poll conducted by media organizations saw participation from over 20,000 citizens, with approximately 60% favoring the implementation of the odd-even license plate restriction during the specified period. In response, the Ulaanbaatar City Mayor's office has gathered public input on the proposed measure and will now present the survey results to the government. A final decision on the restriction will be announced by the Mayor's office.
Due to the Mongolian government's decision to conduct state affairs in both Cyrillic and traditional Mongolian script starting in 2025, Mongolians living abroad are showing an increased interest in learning Mongolian script. Now here is a report from the Kingdom of Belgium by MNB reporter Batbayer.
Mongolians working, studying, and living in the Kingdom of Belgium have started forming study groups to revive their native language and culture and to promote the use of the traditional Mongolian script. Beginner and advanced level classes are being held in Antwerp and Brussels, with Mongolian language and literature teachers conducting lessons both online and in person.
I graduated from the Mongolian Language and Script Institute in 2000 as a translator of the Mongolian language, Mongolian script, and French. After my graduation, I moved to Belgium, where I have been living and working ever since. With the decision to conduct official government documents in both Cyrillic and traditional Mongolian script starting January 1st, 2025, we launched a Mongolian script training program for Mongolians living in Belgium on January 26th. Our first lesson was taught by Ayush, a veteran teacher with 32 years of experience, who was invited as a special guest instructor. Since then, I have been teaching the classes myself. We are successfully continuing our training sessions.
Veteran teacher Be Ayush, who was invited from Mongolia, conducted a special training course on the traditional Mongolian script for Mongolians living in Belgium, making a valuable contribution to the preserving their native language and script. With 32 years of experience as a Mongolian language and script teacher, she taught students the fundamental rules of the script, reading and writing techniques, and also delivered engaging lessons on Mongolian culture and traditions. We are here today to learn the traditional Mongolian script. It is very rare for Mongolians living abroad to have the opportunity to learn the Mongolian script. We are truly grateful to those organizing this training. Participants in the training expressed their gratitude to teacher Petsirin Netmit, who started this important initiative and hoped that Mongolian script lessons would continue to be held regularly in the future.
Mongolia's 8th Children's Winter Sports Festival has officially begun, bringing together over 100 young athletes from 12 provinces and 3 districts to compete in various winter sports. Held under the slogan, "Compete fairly for your dream," the festival features skiing, snowboarding, ice hockey, and more, with events taking place in Orkhon Province and Ulaanbaatar City. Mongolia's Children's Olympic Games, also known as the Mongolian Children's Winter Sports Festival, is being held under the slogan, "Compete fairly for your dream." The Winter Sports Festival features cross-country skiing, snowboarding, alpine skiing, and Special Olympics snowshoeing competitions, which are taking place in Arkham province. Speed skating and short track competitions are being held in Ulaanbaatar. Cross-country skiing competitions have started at the Sarkhia ski resort in Irtnet city, while ice hockey matches are underway at the Chingulte district sports complex ice rink in Ulaanbaatar. A total of 15 teams compete in 2 age categories in the hockey tournament, with many teams from rural provinces participating, making this event particularly notable.
All teams competing in any age category will be ranked. Teams will be awarded points from the 1st to 6th and from 6th to 9th places, contributing to the overall score of their respective provinces or districts under the unified points system. This is my first time participating in the Children's Games, although I have competed in the national championships and cup championships in the 12, 14, and 16-year-old categories.
In the cross-country skiing competition held in Arkham province, 111 athletes from 12 provinces and 3 districts are participating. Athletes competed in 8 distances across 4 age categories for both boys and girls. The opening ceremony of the 8th Mongolian Children's Winter Sports Festival took place today. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at Mongolian current affairs.
Starting February 17th, representatives of Ulaanbaatar City Council will begin visiting their respective districts to engage with citizens and introduce the city's general development plan for 2040. The first meeting will take place in Baghnor district. The Mongolian government has outlined a vision to transform Ulaanbaatar into a multi-centered city by 2040. Since the city's first general plan was approved in 1954, Ulaanbaatar has undergone 6 development plans. The 2040 plan aims to create a livable, environmentally friendly city based on the 20-minute city concept, ensuring essential services and infrastructure are accessible within a short distance. These public meetings will provide citizens with insights into the city's future development and offer an opportunity to voice their opinions.
On the invitation of Oman's Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr bin Hamad bin Hamoud al-Busaidi, Mongolia's Minister of Foreign Affairs Batsitsik will pay an official visit to the Sultanate of Oman from the 18th to 20th of this month. During her visit, Minister Batsitsik will hold official talks with Oman's Minister of Foreign Affairs and is also scheduled to meet with the Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers' Affairs, the Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, and the leadership of Oman's Investment Authority. The discussions will focus on maintaining the momentum of the growing bilateral relations between the two countries in recent years. Topics will include expanding cooperation in areas such as trade, investment, economy, mining, energy, and tourism, as well as exchanging views on issues of mutual interest in international and regional affairs. This visit is a reciprocal trip following the visit of Oman's Minister of Foreign Affairs to Mongolia last year. It is notable for being the first ministerial-level visit to Oman in nearly 30 years. Diplomatic relations between Mongolia and the Sultanate of Oman were established on April 27, 1992, according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Here is the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Next, our program will turn our attention to foreign news, partnered with international news agencies. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said on Monday that Europe must recognize a new era on security after emergency talks in Paris with European leaders. The meeting was called after a U.S. diplomatic pledge on Ukraine, which has thrown a once solid alliance into turmoil and left Europeans questioning the reliability of their key transatlantic partner.
I want to thank President Macron for convening us this evening. At stake is not just the future of Ukraine, it is an existential question for Europe as a whole, and therefore vital for Britain's national interest. This is a once-in-a-generation moment for the collective security of our continent. Only a lasting peace in Ukraine that safeguards its sovereignty will deter Putin from further aggression in the future. Now, recent statements by the US administration should not come as a surprise. President Trump has long expressed the wish for Europe to step up and meet the demands of its own security, that he wants to get a lasting peace agreement to end the war in Ukraine. So today's informal meeting of European leaders was a vital first step in responding to that challenge. On defence, it's clear the US is not going to leave NATO. But we Europeans will have to do more. The issue of burden sharing is not new, but it is now pressing. And Europeans will have to step up, both in terms of spending and the capabilities that we provide. On Ukraine, we're at the very early stage of the process. Europe must play its role. And I'm prepared to consider committing British forces on the ground alongside others if there is a lasting peace agreement. But there must be a US backstop, because a US security guarantee is the only way to effectively deter Russia from attacking Ukraine again. So I will go to Washington next week to meet President Trump and to discuss what we see as the key elements of a lasting peace. I spoke to President Zelensky on Friday and will do so again in coming days. And we envisage a further meeting with European colleagues when I return from the US. In this moment, we have to recognise the new era that we are in, not cling hopelessly to the comforts of the past. It's time for us to take responsibility for our security, for our continent. And I've been clear today, Britain will take a leading responsibility, as we always have, because Ukraine must have a secure future, Europe must have a secure future, Britain must have a secure future, and democratic values must prevail.
All right, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.